that we were talking about. So x of n is being given, and you have asked to do x of 2n and x of n by 2. I think x of 2n you have already done. X of 2n is nothing but the compression signal. Compression means we will be dividing the time axis with half. Okay, so same signal will appear with a different time, but the time will be changed to half of the previous version. So here, as you can see, this 0.25 will appear at -2 in the given signal. But when we draw this x of 2n, what will happen is the same 0.25 it will appear at -1. Similarly, you can see 1.25 is appearing at 1 in the given signal, but this 1.5 it is appearing at 2 in the given signal. So what it will do is the time it will change to 1. So when we go for this x of 2n, the same 1.5 signal it will be appearing at 1. Okay, the remaining signals and all it will discard, because 1 will become half, 3 will become 3 by 2, again that's decimal, 5 by will become 5 by 2, that's 2.5. So those decimal values and all we will discard. Only we will keep the integer values while drawing the time scaled version. Okay, so this is nothing but the compressed signal. We have compressed the given signal by half. Is this clear for you?
Sir, in this question, I have to ask something.
Yes, ask me.
Sir, this is discrete but uniform, right?
This is discrete signal, but it is not uniform. See, after 6, you don't have any signal at all. It is confined from -2 to 6 only. You don't have any other signals. Uniform means it will extend from -infinity to infinity, and the periodicity will be retained. But here you can't, retain that periodicity in this particular signal.
Oh, so sir, if we like to draw the graph of this discrete signal,
Yeah.
then it should be like uniformly, or it won't have a graph.
No, it need not necessary that always we need to include the uniformity and all. But whatever the signal that you have in the question, same signal only we are plotting in x of 2n. The difference is that you are changing the time axis. You are not bothered about the uniformity and all. Just don't bother about those things. Whatever the signal we have in the question, same signal we are reproducing here. The only thing is the time instance we are going to make it half. Is that clear for you?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now, while drawing x of n by 2, what it should be? We have to expand the signal as doubled. Okay, we need to expand the given signal by double the value. So try to draw that signal x of n by 2. So what will happen is, whatever the signal that you have at -2, it will come at -4, isn't it? The same signal will come at -4, and this signal will come at -2. This signal will come at 2. This will at 4. This will be at 6. This will be at 8, and this will be at 12. So same thing you are going to confine from -4 to 12. That is, you are doubling the x-axis. So same thing you are going to plot from -4 to 12. In between, we are adding few samples, because if you see -4 and -2, in between you are having -3. But you can include some samples in between. Okay, just but not need not necessary that you should show the values here. So totally 13 samples you need to showcase from -4 to 12. I repeat, whatever you have at 2, whatever you have at 2, you are showing at 4. Whatever you have at 1, you are showing it 2. So in between 2 and 4, you will have a value, or you will have a signal at 3, right? That you need to show it somehow in between. That as you told, this is like uniformly it is increasing, right? So between 0.25 and 0.5, you will show one signal, but it's not necessary that you should show the same. I mean, you should show the value there over there. You just put a sample like this. So wherever you are not finding any signals value, you just put a sample over there. Is it clear for you? Actually, for one also you will have a sample here. I think this is lost while I am scanning. Okay, anyway, you have to put a sample over here. Like this. Okay, it should be I mean greater than this value, and it should be less than this value. Like this uniformity you need to maintain. Accordingly, you are going to insert few values between the samples. So finally, the entire signal is being expanded from -4 to 12. So please keep it in mind that when you are dividing this by 2, it is time compressing. When you are, time divided by 2 means time expanding. When you are multiplying by 2 means it is time compressing. Clear? By 2 means it is expanding. Double you need to expand. Into 2 means you are compressing it by half. Students are strictly instructed to maintain the punctuality in the class. You need to log in sharp at 1:50 itself. You won't be permitted to enter into class after 1:50. Hope you have taken this down. Actually, this was a homework for you. Any doubts with regard to this? Is it clear for you? Any doubts? Is it audible from my side? Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next operation is time shifting. Next operation is time shifting. So time shifting means we are going to shift the signal from one value to another value. Okay, so you're not going to change the shape of the waveform, or you're not going to change the amplitude of the signal. The same signal we are going to just shift in the x-axis itself, either to left or to the right. So that depends upon the shifted value. Okay, so the time shifted value can be represented as, or the equation can be represented as shown in this PDF. Just read that sentence. The time shifted version of any signal can be represented like this. That is y of t equal to x of t minus t0. Y of t is equal to x of t minus t0. I'll stop the sharing and I'll reshare again because I need to show the other board. Is the screen is visible for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This already we have explained. So what I have done is just I have drawn the compressed signal and expanded signal. So wherever the sample is missing, I have inserted with black ink. Okay. So you are not going to mention the amplitude in those cases. Just you need to mention the sample as such. Hope it is clear for you. So this is x of n by 2, that is expanded version, and this is x of 2n, which is the compressed version. Now we will go to the next topic. So as of now, we have done with the two cases. What are the two operations as we have gone through till now? What are the two basic operations on signals we have dealt with till now?
So amplitude scaling and time scaling.
Yes, good. Amplitude scaling and time scaling. Now we are going for the third, that is time shifting. So in this time shifting, what you will do is you will be shifting the signal x of t either towards right or towards left. So if it is t minus t naught, it will be shifting towards right, provided t0 is positive. Please make it down. If the value of t0 is positive, then it will be shifting towards right. Similarly, this x of t plus t naught will shift left if t0 is negative. Means basically this is x of t minus t naught. When t0 becomes negative means this equation will become x of t plus t0. Then in that case the signal will shift left. So basically any shifted signal can be represented as y of t equal to x of t minus t naught. It is a value or the sign of t0 that determines to which part the signal needs to shift. If t0 is positive, the signal will shift towards the right, and if t0 is negative, t0 negative in the sense, this will become minus of minus, that is, it will become x of t plus t0. That means it will be shifting towards left side of the x-axis. Okay. Any doubts?
Sir, one doubt. Sir,
Yes.
one doubt.
Yes, tell me. The
Sir,
others kindly
Sir,
mute.
How we will know that when we have to shift to right side and left side?
That depends upon the nature of the given signal. Suppose you are asked to find x of t plus 2, then it should be left shift. Suppose if it is x of t minus 2, then we are going to shift right. Is that clear?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. That will be more clear once I explain one with an example. Okay. So have you taken this down? Just have a note on this. Then I will go for an example. I'll show you how the shifting is happening towards left or right depending upon the conditions. Shall I rub this board? So take down this graph. You have a given signal x of t with you as shown here. So this is a signal that you have, and you need to plot x of t minus 2 and x of t plus 3. So by plotting this x of t minus 2, it is understood that t0 is positive 2 and you need to shift towards right. Is this clear for you? Because the general way of representing any time shifted signal is x of t minus t naught. Compare this thing and this format, this given signal. When you compare this, it is understood that t0 is positive 2 and you need to shift the signal towards right. And while shifting, you are changing the x-axis just rightwards. That is, this minus 1 will, where it will come, minus 1 will appear at. Can anybody say minus 1 will appear at?
So +1.
Plus 1. That is, you need to shift 2 times towards right. So this minus 1, after shifting towards right side by plus 2, this will come at 1 because minus 1 plus 2 is nothing but 1. Similarly, this will appear at 5, this will appear at 4, and this will appear at 3, and this will appear at 2. So rearranging the same signal, we can plot as shown here. So now we are plotting x of t minus 2, that is shifting towards right. So the signal will start from 1 to 5. One to 5. And this peak will, where this peak will lies? This peak will lies at 2 plus 2, that is nothing at 4. Is this clear for you?
So how, sir? 4?
See, the peak of this triangular waveform, where does the peak of the given signal, where it is at 2. You are shifting right towards 2 times. So 2 plus 2 is 4. Each and every x-axis parameters you need to add by 2 times, because you are shifting the given waveform to the right side by 2. So minus 1 plus 2 will become plus 1. 2 plus 2 will become 4. 3 plus 2 will become 5. So same way you are going to plot from plus 1 to 5 instead of from minus 1 to 3. Is this is clear for you? Feel free to ask doubts. Shruti, is it clear for you?
Sir, on the y-axis, that will remain 1, right?
Yes, there is no change for the amplitude. It will remain at 1. Shivasharan, any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, now I will be plotting the next waveform, that is x of t plus 3. Have you taken this down? Hope you have drawn this graph in your notebook. Now I am going to plot another waveform, that is x of t plus 3. By drawing this x of t plus 3, you need to shift the graph towards left side by 3 times. This is left shift by 3 times. So this minus 1 will appear at minus 1, minus 3, minus 1, minus 3, that is minus 4. Similarly, this 2 will appear 3 times. When you shift to left means you have to subtract. So this 2 will appear at negative 1. And this 3 will appear at 0. Here, when you shift this points, this 3, this 2, 1, 0, minus 1 and all, when you shift towards left, you need to subtract 3. So the entire signal now it will be confining from minus 4 to 0, retaining the same shape and same amplitude. And now the peak will be at which value? It will be at -1 because here the peak was at 2. So if you subtract this 2 with 3, the peak will lies at -1. You are shifting this to the left side, isn't it? When you shift that signal to the left side, the peak of this given triangular waveform will be at time equal to -1 because previously it was at 2. When you shift to left means you need to subtract. So 2 minus 3 it will become -1. So this is the answer that you get after shifting the signal towards left 3 instants of time. Kindly draw it and let me know if there is any doubts. Yes, one question. If we are subtracting 3, then why we are writing x of t plus 3? I will explain for you. The general way of representing any time shifted signal is x of t minus t naught. So if t naught is -3 means -3 means it is left. -3 means where it will lie? It will lie in the left axis. So substitute here, then it will become x of t minus -3, that is x of t plus 3. Is that clear, Sayan? Okay. Now,
Sir,
going
in one
to,
question, can there be a shift of x and y axis?
no, only x-axis we are shifting. There is no provision to shift y-axis. Y-axis you can shift. That is nothing but amplitude scaling, whatever we have discussed yesterday. While performing the amplitude scaling only, we are changing the y-axis values. Otherwise, we are not changing the y-axis values. While doing time scaling and time shifting, we are only changing x-axis values. Next topic is time reversal. Next topic, fourth one is time reversal. So as of now, we have done with 3 different operations. So first operation was amplitude scaling. Second one was time shifting. I mean time scaling. Third one was time shifting, and fourth one is time reversal. Time reversal. Time reversal is otherwise known as time reflection. Time reversal is otherwise known as time reflection. Can anybody say how this we have to perform? From the name itself, it is understood what you need to perform. Can anybody tell?
Sir, the mirror, it's like the
Yes, very
mirror
good.
image.
Yes, it is like mirror image. So while performing the mirror image, we will not do anything on y-axis. Again, whatever you have in the y-axis, it will remain as such over there. So whatever you have in x-axis, you will be putting into, I mean, left half, you will be putting into right half, and whatever you have in the right half, you will be putting into the left half without changing the parameter specified in y-axis. So how this is being represented? Suppose x of t is a given signal. After time reversal, it can be represented as x of minus t. So this is represented by this equation, y of t equal to x of minus t. So x of minus t is nothing but the time reversal signal, which can be called as y of t. So you have x of t with you. After time reversal or time reflection, it is denoted by x of minus t. That is nothing but your output signal, which you can call as y of t equal to x of minus t. Now I will draw a signal for you. You need to draw the time reversal or reflected signal. You will have one more subject, that is EVS, Environmental Science and Awareness. That class is scheduled on Saturdays. So previously I had 2 hours on Saturday. So I lost 1 hour. That 1 hour has been replaced today. Okay. So that particular subject you will be having only 1 hour per week. Environmental Science and Awareness, like that it is. It is subject name and course name is mentioned on the newly published timetable. You can look over that. And the class, the subject teacher is being added into the group also. So now this is a given signal. You need to
Today we will have that.
yes, today you will have 2 hours class for signals. Now plot x of minus t. With this signal, you need to plot x of minus t. Kindly do it. Kindly plot x of minus t. How it will look like? Whatever you are plotting in the left half, it should reflect on the right half and vice versa. So this should look like this. So this will come at -2, -1, 0, and this will be at 1. So in the y-axis, the same thing is coming over here, isn't it? There is no change for y-axis parameter. It should be come as such. Whatever you have in the right side, you will be putting into the left half, and whatever you are having in the left half, you will be putting into right half without changing the y-axis parameter. So these are basically the 4 different operations of signals. And now you need to do the numericals with respect to these operations. But whenever you are asking a question, whenever a question is put on you before you, that question will comprise of all these operations simultaneously. It need not necessarily that at a time you are having time reversal alone. Parallelly, in the same question, you need to perform time reversal, time shifting, amplitude scaling, or even time scaling also. Okay, so there can be questions where all the 4 operations simultaneously need to be performed. So in that case, for example, if you're doing a mathematics equation like a plus b into, like this, an equation is coming, a plus b into c minus d, or the e divided by. So here you have a division operation, plus operation, multiplication, subtraction simultaneously performed. So in this case, some BODMAS rule you will apply, right? Like precedence rule. First you need to take the bracket, then what is the next one? Division, multiplication, addition, subtraction, isn't it? So there is a precedence rule available for performing this particular mathematical operation, where all the algebraic, all the mathematical operations coexist in one equation. Clear? Similarly, here also you will have a question where you need to perform all the 4 operations simultaneously. So in that case, you will have a precedence rule. The next topic is precedence rule. Precedence rule. So according to this rule, priority is given for time reversal. So the first priority is given for time reversal. After performing time reversal, then only you are going for time shifting. After performing time reversal, then only you are going for the students. Is it audible? Students, is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So after time reversal, the next operation that you will perform is time shifting. Second priority is given for time shifting. First you will perform time reversal, then you will perform time shifting, and thirdly you will perform time scaling. And finally you have the amplitude scale. So in this order you need to do. Okay. Suppose in one equation, if you observe that equation, if you need to perform all the things simultaneously, you need to follow this particular order or this particular priority. Is this clear for you? Is this particular order is clear for you? This you have to remember. Okay, then only you can do the numerical problems. Take down one question. Sketch the following signal. Sketch the following signal. X of t equal to x of t is equal to u of t minus u of t minus 2. In another 3 minutes, this meeting will get end. So you need to log in with the same link again. It is given that x of t is equal to u of t minus u of t minus 2, and you need to plot these signals. So now don't do anything, you just listen. Afterwards you can take down. So first you need to understand the concept, then you can do. So first what you will do here is you will draw the given signal x of u of t. First you will draw the given signal u of t. In the previous class you know about u of t. It is nothing but unit step function. U of t is unit step function that will exist only for anybody, that will exist only for
So for t equal to 0.
from t equal to 0 to infinity. Okay, not only for t equal to 0, only for t equal to 0 means it is impulse. Okay, if it is unit step function, it will exist fully, completely in the positive half, that is in the right side, whose amplitude is 1. So it is a constant signal which will be retaining at 1 itself, entirely occupying the right side of the x-axis. Now, first you have drawn u of t. Let it be figure number 1. Now next, so as of now I have plotted u of t. Next thing is I will be plotting second signal, that is u of t minus 2. So how you are going to plot u of t minus 2, Sayan? How you are
Sir,
going to...
we need to shift the unit time signal to t equal to 2, sir.
Yes. So since this step is from 0, this is a step, right? This is a step signal. This is originating from 0 here. But when we shift this towards the right side, what we need to do is you need to take this entire step towards right. That is at 2. So this will start at 2. Now let it be figure number 2. Now what we need to perform? You need to subtract the two signals. You have to subtract this signal minus this signal. So try to subtract these two signals, figure 1 minus figure 2. Here you don't have anything at all. Here also you don't have anything. So it is 0 minus 0, it is 0.